Hey guys, News Now California, out in the city of Indio. I'm out here today with Baba Yaga News Update. We're out here right now doing a cop watch.
Jose, what's your badge number?
What's your name?
That's fine.
Hi, how you doing?
We're not doing that good right now.
Why not?
Oh, we dealt with two of your officers at a traffic stop and they were rude as f***.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. You guys want to redeem yourselves by being professional with us? We got no ill intent.
No, I'll just say good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name's Jose. This is Brendan.
Nice to meet you.
We're the outreach officers. We deal with the outreach, the homeless population. So right now we're working with the rescue mission, along with the property owners, clean the property up. Some of these folks, some resources, they work for the county outreach. So we're here to just facilitate, provide resources, and help out. So just make sure they're okay, that they don't mind being videotaped. I don't mind us. Obviously you can do us, but some of these folks just are shy and we're trying to get them resources.
Well, we got no ill intent towards these people, to you. We don't hate the cops. We just go out and show transparency. So based on that, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay. So because people want to know, when you guys do a traffic stop, and obviously when you go out and you do a traffic stop, and if the car, you know ahead of time that the car is for robbery or it's stolen, you're going to ID everybody in that car because of that circumstance.
Because of the circumstance you explained, yes.
Right. Now, are there circumstances where you're going to try to ID somebody in a car? For example, let's say a guy, you pull over and the guy starts giving you lip service and he doesn't have ID. Are you going to, is it legal for you then at that point to ID the passenger? Is it legal?
I believe so. But remember, California Department of Motor Vehicles says, you know, when an officer, law enforcement, police officer asks you for identification, you have to provide it.
That's if you're driving the car.
Right.
I'm talking
You're right about the passenger. It'd be nice just to make sure, you know, nowadays with everybody shooting people and all that, we want to make sure everyone's okay.
I understand all that. Officer safety is you're talking about.
I'm talking about, I'm saying about community safety.
Okay, community. But my question is there a law that allows you to ID that passenger?
Partner? I don't. You know what? That's a good question. We'll find out.
So there's two ways that I'm looking at this. I will give this officer credit for admitting he does not know. However, he should know. He should know the law, and he doesn't. So basically, he and many other law enforcement officers, not knowing the law, are going out and enforcing what they believe they can enforce without knowing the law and violating people's rights. It's not right.
Okay. Sounds honest. I like it.
Sounds honest, man.
We'll find out.
I appreciate.
But you guys know though?
That's what we're here to find out.
Why don't you tell me what happened? What happened?
The traffic stop.
Yeah, with the traffic.
You guys were
There's
upset,
plenty
right?
of videos. There's plenty of videos.
no, I know that. We see them too.
You guys asked me questions.
Are you?
No. We saw
Are
a
you talking
video.
about this morning with the other officers?
Oh, that's different.
Same
I thought it was because
question.
I just want to be transparent.
I appreciate it, man.
So,
you guys are professional. You're Officer
Howarth, yes. My badge number is 420. This is the wrong badge. This is a loaner badge. My other one fell apart.
Appreciate it. So this is what went down. Yeah, hey, good morning. My name's Phil. Your officer what?
Sorry?
Your officer who? My name's Phil.
I'm Phil Acoustic.
You're nice to meet you. And your badge number?
Do you have a question for me, sir?
I do. First I'd like to know your badge number.
It's Officer Acoustic. It's badge number 332.
Thank you, Officer Acoustic. So we're out here. We got no ill will. We're just out here filming transparency. I got a question for you, because people want to know, when you pull over somebody, is it dependent upon when you pull somebody over in a traffic stop? I understand it's common sense. If you know the car is stolen or it's described from a robbery or something, you're going to ID all the passengers in there. Is there a situation where You're not allowed to ID everybody in the car if it's just a traffic
If you have any questions regarding any policy or procedures with the Indio, feel free to stop by the Indio station and talk to our sergeant.
So you can't just answer that?
No, she can answer any questions regarding
Okay.
the policy or anything.
Sure. Is there a
Alrighty?
reason? Is there a reason you can't answer it? Just because you don't want
Because
to?
it has to do with our policy and procedures, and she'll explain to you everything that you have any questions.
Okay,
Alrighty?
so police officers in the field, if another police
I
officer would
appreciate your
tell me the
time.
same thing that you're
I don't know what they're telling. I'm explaining to you what I was.
Okay, okay. So
Alright,
you're just
thank
shining
you.
me on, basically. Yeah. Yeah, there's no connection with the community, man. You had a perfect example to look good, and now you're looking like a jerk. You know what? You f***ed yourself, man.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
No, you did, man. I was so cordial to you asking you a question. You know? That's why the community hates you guys. That's why the community doesn't like you guys. You're not transparent. Think about it. Think about it. It went south. And there's no reason for that because, you know, hey, listen.
So you never got stopped by the officers
No,
today?
no, no.
All this came from...
We were
the
filming.
fact-
We were filming.
Okay. Okay.
We were filming the stop.
Can I interrupt you there?
Sure.
How would you like to do a ride-along with me?
Right now?
No. We schedule one. If we want to get as transparent gets, do a ride-along with us, guys.
Is there a height requirement for me to get in the car?
Hey, both of us are short, so don't worry about it.
You just gotta outrun us.
You know.
Just run, sir. Save yourself. We got people.
But this is
coming.
the thing. If you want the transparency and you want to see exactly how we do it, hey, we'd be more than happy to get you involved on a ride-along, and we'll show you exactly how it goes. Instead of you guys having to go out there and see the put cameras in faces. This is the thing is that we'll tell you right then and there how we do it. You know.
Well,
that's just me being very transparent
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this is the thing. The media's going to show you one thing.
Right.
We're going to show you everything, right? So the whole thing is, I mean, media does what they do, we do what I do, you do what you do. But the whole thing is kind of like the truth, right? There's their side, and God on my side, right? The whole thing is, I have nothing to hide from you. I'm already offering you the fact of, hey, if you want to go do a ride-along, that's the best way to do it.
As much as I would love to believe what you're saying is true, I can't, officer, because let's be real. Any ride-along with a police officer is not going to show transparency. It's going to show an officer being on his best behavior.
I'll give you my name and, son of a gun, where is that? Oh,
Yeah,
you know what? Son of a gun, look at this. I do have my cards here.
Good.
And you're okay with me video recording you as well?
All the time.
Okay, I just just want you to know too, you know?
Yeah. Listen, I got no issues with that. And look, like I said, man.
Go ahead and give this I'll give one of your partner. Sir, what's your name? Sir, what's your name?
I think you. Sorry.
Oh, you don't want to give it? I was just giving you my information. I'm just trying to be transparent with you, sir.
Well,
you
so
why don't you, huh?
You serve the public, so it's
Right, but the problem is that I like to know who I'm talking to. But if you don't want to give me my name, I get it.
Well, my Fourth Amendment right tells me. I know that. We know that. Everybody knows their Fourth Amendment.
Well, no, I don't want it to be a big deal, but no, I love what you were saying before we were interrupted.
No, it's okay.
No, I love
anyway,
what
that's
you're
It's all
what we
about
do,
mutual
so.
respect.
Okay, so
Right?
Exactly. We didn't get the respect today.
Okay, but the thing is, you got the respect from us today, right?
Well,
From
I got
us.
it from you guys.
Right,
Now the thing
right.
is this: when you say putting a camera in our faces, I'm not putting it in faces. I step back. You're
Right.
on camera, but so when you use that verbiage, it's not true.
it does make a
it's not
difference,
in your face. It's
to some degree.
I mean, right now we're close because
Right.
we're
Right.
we're within probably 4 feet. But I don't go up and I'm not rude. I don't have an attitude of going up. Fuck you pigs, this and that, But in all fairness, you get what you give.
Right. Treat others as you expect to be treated. But you also got to remember, sometimes you got to say certain things in order to get a different reaction, But other than that, I mean, yeah, you're right. It's all about respect. It's all about transparency. It's all about, just being honest with people. So, I'm sorry, your name, sir?
I didn't give it.
Okay.
I didn't give it.
Fair enough. So, but then this is the thing. Who am I talking to when you call me for a ride along? Who do I talk to?
Well, you made the offer.
Right.
If I decide to do that,
Okay.
then I don't have an issue.
Okay, no, okay, you're right.
mean-
You're right. No,
But
I'm just saying.
At this point in the conversation, if I were to accept that and go on a ride along with you, I would say, hey man, remember me, the short guy with the camera? You're going to remember me, and then I would give you my name. I don't have an issue. But at this point, I don't really want to.
Okay.
Because it's only common courtesy if I'm going to take the next step and be with you. Yeah, I'm not going to go in there and say you don't need to know my name. I'd be cordial.
I get you. I get you.
But at this point, I just choose not to.
No, I hear you.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Never said there was.
No, I know. I didn't say you did. I'm just saying from my perspective.
Right.
That's all. So that's all we do, man. And you know, it's good. It's good that you guys are out here.
But no, because I don't know. I told you earlier. I don't know.
Okay,
I'll find out though.
Okay,
Being transparent with you, my friend.
Yeah. No, we appreciate it.
You know,
That's
unless
honest,
someone
man.
looks like they, look like they have this guy, this person, they look like
they have
me.
baggy clothes? What if they have something that's considered gangster and they haven't done any wrong at all? Do they get ID too, just because they look that way?
I'm gonna ask everybody for ID.
Well,
I ask
but
when my
have the
son
right
brings
to
his friends
refuse
over, I
it.
ask for their information. I don't know who you are. I don't know who in my house.
As an example,
I know, but that's different. As an LEO, when you're out, I understand it. If your house, you want to do that,
Yeah.
I get it. But as an LEO, when you're out there, the question is, when you say you
No,
ask.
I heard the question. I understand it.
Okay.
Well, you were honest. You don't have an
We
answer.
can give any answer.
Yeah, you're honest. You don't have an answer.
Right. But other than
That's
that,
what we want our video to show, because obviously it's going to go up.
have a good day, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
thanks.
Thank you. So at this point, without an answer, it happens.
So, officer, as an example, Collins versus Boston says that even if you're loitering, you have the right to refuse ID because you don't have to ID.
It's a good. What is it called?
Collins versus Lawson. It's a case out of San Diego.
Okay. Under what court?
I believe it's a high court. Actually, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Yes.
Yes.
Explain to me Explain to me the case.
Well, the gentleman, for starters, there's a video up, and I hope you can look it up. But Collins versus Lawson is about this guy who pretty much.
Give me 1 minute.
Pretty much everywhere he went, he got stopped and ID'd and bullied and stuff like that. So he took it to court after court and denied until it got to the Supreme Court, which ruled in his favor, saying, you know what, even if you're loitering, you're not supposed to ID.
Right.
So, so this is the kind of stuff that I want to ask. You know, and the reason why is like, to the mother, to the brother, to the sister who's worried about their family members if they're driving down the street. Hey. Do I have civil rights? Do I have human rights to say no when I'm not doing anything?
Right.
Only because I'm suspected of looking a different way or something? Am I being harassed? That's as clear as I want to get.
What's the case called? Colander?
Colander versus
Spell
Lawson.
that first name. Or spell the last
It
name.
starts with a K.
Oh.
KOLENDOR versus Lawson. It might be different.
Lawson? Okay.
Lawson is, I believe he was a police chief in San Diego.
Okay. Now it was a San Diego case?
Yep.
All right. You have my card there.
Okay.
Okay. So other than that, I mean, I like to tell you exactly what I think about it. I don't even know about it. I got to read about it, right?
Sure.
There's so many cases coming and going that you know what? It's hard to keep up with all the times. I mean, you'd be amazed how many things we get.
Right, I understand that, but the thing
especially with all these new new laws in the state of California, it's like, well, hold on, it's 2007 or I'm sorry, it's 2019. It's the 7th or 8th day in January. It's like, well, which ones did pass, which ones don't pass? It's tough.
But I get it. But in
Right.
the meantime, it's out there, and I'm not saying you, but
Right.
I'm saying, it's police officers then are going out and violating people's rights by doing it and not knowing that law.
Doing what though?
ID?
Specifically, what we're talking about, the ID.
Yeah. They're doing that IDing with no legal basis for it.
Okay.
And that's what we're getting at. They should know that. Even though you're saying there's so many laws, hard to keep up on it. That's a law enforcement's job to keep up with
Well,
it.
this is the thing though too, is that you have to look at it when you look at contacts, right? You have reasonable suspicion, consent, and then of course consent, reasonable suspicion, probable cause, and then sometimes you have parole and probation terms, right, where we can go out and do it.
Right.
Those are most likely what you have.
Sure.
So for me to comment on something that I don't even know, I have never seen the case law, I can't tell you about that. But then again, You know, I mean, when we talk about loitering, was a person on private property, were there signs posted up there? Now, if there's signs posted up there and the person's been, let's say, for example, been there for a while, then yeah, we could come out there, and as long as you're acting on the behalf of the actual property owner, then you can go out and do it. But then again, these are all things that I have to look at because case law is always changing.
Okay, so
that's the whole thing.
So let me ask you this scenario: you're randomly driving by a shopping center and you see a homeless guy sitting there, and you pull up on him, all right, and then you give him a ticket,
Okay.
because there's a sign that says loitering,
Okay.
right? The guy can't pay the ticket. Why? And it's officer discretion. Is there a reason then why you just don't say, "Hey, man, get off the property"? And
Well, you know, this is the thing is that times are changing, right? And yeah, you have to be smart in what you do. Of course, how is a homeless person going to pay a ticket, you know? But sometimes it's good to get them in the system because then the courts take over and say, okay, what can we do with this individual? How can we dig a little deeper to help this individual out, right? How do we make somebody from being homeless to
how do
being...
they do that?
Well, hold
How
on.
do
This
they
is
do
the
that,
thing is,
though?
how do you get him introduced to the system, right? That's the whole thing. And this is me being an outreach officer. This is how I'm talking. This is the whole thing is that, you know, you want to help these people out. And believe it or not, there are a lot of resources out there. But sometimes you got to give that person that little extra nudge to see what's out there. Now, people will go up to me and I work with a bunch of outreach groups. And I remember I had a talk with one guy and they go, how many people have you taken out of the streets? And I looked at him and went like this. 0? Oh my God, you don't do your job. It's not what I've done. It's what we collectively have done as a whole. What I've done with Coachella Valley Rescue Mission, what I've done with ABC Recovery System, what I've done with the Salvation Army, what we've all collectively done. So the whole thing is sometimes we go out there. Now, do I arrest everybody? No. My whole thing is to build a trust with that individual. Hey, Joe or John or whoever I'm dealing with, what can we do to get you off the street, right? But the problem is eventually if John gets warned and warned and warned and warned, right? What do I do with it? Especially when the property owner now is getting upset. What do we have to do? Yes, I could give John plenty of resources. I offer John, get in my car. Let's go take you down. Let's get you a free meal. Let's get you a hot shower, some good clothing. That's where we come as law enforcement officers. That's what we want to do. Now, you said, well, I go up there, I talk to you, you know what, beat feet. You said no, I put hooks on you, right? Or I arrest you, I handcuff you. That's not fair. But then again, I'm only talking how I do things. Every other officer has a different opinion, okay? Thing is there some consistency? There is and there isn't, you know? It might be, an experience level? Maybe not, you know? You know, everybody does everything differently in law enforcement. You know, we do things differently than Palm Springs. They do different things than us. We do things differently from LAPD. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's really no curriculum. But the thing for us as outreach workers, we want to work with the property owner. We want to work with the transient or the homeless individual. We want to work with them. Again, it's easy to arrest. My first year in my assignment, I arrested everybody. But as you start understanding them and start talking to these individuals, everybody's got a story. What happened?
On a personal note, I mean, if you see our videos, hopefully you can address it to other cops whose names we're going to put up, and maybe you can talk to them.
Well, let me say this: instead of, and I don't want to sound bad about it, instead of just throwing this up on the video or on YouTube or wherever you're going to throw it up, why don't you reach out to these other agencies and talk about it rather than just blasting people up on say the cops are doing this wrong, this cops are doing this.
Give us credit. We're recording.
Right. But this is the thing though. We want to talk about transparency, right? So the thing is, I'm being transparent with you guys.
And I like everything you're saying right now.
But the thing is, though, too, is I want you guys to be transparent with the other people. Listen, how are we going to fix anything? How are we going to know where you guys coming from if you guys never talk to us about what's going on? You know what I mean? So it has
That's
to be
what we're here for.
right. But the thing is that
And we show the good and the bad.
right. But this is where I'm getting at is let's sit down. Let's exchange names. Let's have a question and answer. Let's see what we got going on. That's where we need to break that wall, break down that barrier, and talk about it.
I know, but
I'll be more than happy to talk to you guys. I have more than enough time to talk to you guys.
That's an honest thing you're saying, but go back to what you also said.
What's that?
there's no consistency. We can talk to certain ones, and it'll continue.
Okay.
And it starts
But-
from the top down.
But this is the thing. How do you change anything without addressing it? You guys are addressing it on one level. Right. And I'm saying, you guys are addressing it. But you know what? I think we have to address it at a different level too. You know what I mean? So that's the whole thing is.
Well, this is a start.
Right. So I'm hoping that I'm answering your questions.
You are.
You know,
You are.
I can't answer all of them. But the thing is, as a homeless outreach officer, that's what we do. Like I said, I'll extend whatever you guys want. You guys ever want to go on a ride along, be more than happy. I'll be as transparent as they get. I have nothing to hide.
So
you know?
you're a homeless outreach officer. You deal specifically on a daily basis only with the homeless? Is that what that is?
I deal with the homeless. I deal with so I'm multifaceted in a sense. I deal with the homeless. That's my main goal. But then again, I work with parole, probation. I work with alcoholic beverage control. I work with the district attorney's office, the public defender's office. I've got a lot of things that I deal with. So my goal is A, I can get you in a program. B, let's say for example, parole, probation cannot find their guy who is homeless. I go out there, we're fine with them. I try to build a rapport with them. We try to get them back in the program. The whole thing is about rehabilitate, rehabilitate, rehabilitate. That's what we want to do. You know, we might have some problematic liquor stores or whatever that add to the problem of what we got going.
Gotcha.
So the thing is, if I have John Jones has been sitting in front of the liquor store every day and they keep selling to him, well, again, how many calls of service are we getting? A, we have to deal on that end. B, how many times is it, you know, what can we do to dry out John and get him to where he needs to go? You know, we're looking at the overall picture, but how do we do it? We have to sometimes nip it at the lowest level.
Okay.
And then B, and then C, if I'm talking to somebody, my whole goal is to go out there and say, you know what, I think we need to get you some help. Whether it's medical, psychological, whether it's resources, that's where I come from.
Okay, so thank you for that explanation. So based on that, your radio call, you would not respond to a radio call that somebody's two guys are filming on a public sidewalk, a government building. You wouldn't be the officer to respond to that because that takes you out of your sphere?
Depends. If I'm in the area.
You would, okay. Gotcha.
But the thing is
You're
that...
fixated on the other. I get you.
But this is the thing. When people call us, we have to investigate.
Right.
But if there's no crime, there's no crime. There's
Right.
nothing.
Right.
Hey, I'll just put it in my notes. Came out, I talked to so-and-so. They're cool. They're just doing whatever. You guys, your First Amendment rights, of
Right,
course.
right.
So yeah, I don't see an issue.
Right, okay.
So other than that, you guys have my card.
Right.
You guys have any questions?
All right,
If you guys
appreciate
want to
it.
make a meeting, let's do it. Let's be as transparent as it gets.
So I'm sorry, I didn't get his
name is
badge number.
Officer Ibarra.
Ibarra.
Yes.
What's his badge number?
188. Okay.
Thank you very much.
And you're okay with me videoing you, right?
Well,
All right.
Yeah, we have no problem with
Okay.
it, man.
Okay. But no, that's the thing, guys. I
Hey,
just
man,
want,
my name's Phil.
Brandon, pleased to meet
I
you.
appreciate it.
Baba. Brandon.
Brandon, you're Brandon?
Hey, listen, Phil.
Nice talking to you.
Anytime, let me know.
Got it,
We'll
man.
go. One rule though in my car. We got to have a cup of coffee first, so I can wake up.
That's stunning my growth, man.
Mine too.
Plus, I got acid reflux.
Oh.
But you can have the coffee.
Well, you know what I'm trying to, believe it or not, coffee screws me up. I'm caffeine sensitive.
Yeah.
So one time I did a presentation and I was all over, you know, so now I got to watch what it, so thank God I didn't have too much coffee today or else I would have been all
let
over.
me tell you something,
Yes.
Brandon. You redeemed those guys. You really did. You really
You know
did.
what though? I think it's more or less experience level. It might be based on the fact that, you know what, this is an awesome assignment we have. And believe it or not, we learn a lot of public relations. And the whole thing is building relationships,
Yep,
building
yep,
relationships.
yep.
And again, yeah, you know what? Trust me. I used to be that young guy when I was a young deputy.
With the piss and vinegar.
My way, highway. No, I'm saying, I don't know what happened over there, but I used to be rough around the edges. But as you know, as you mellow out, you start seeing new things. And again,
That's it.
I can't tell unless I saw the video. Maybe I'd be like, maybe we can do this differently. Or again, you know, but again, we have to go down that route too. But listen, anytime you guys want to do it, anytime you guys want to talk to a public information officer or one of our higher ups to talk about it,
Okay, man.
hey, let's do it.
You've been on doing this how many years then?
I've been a cop for 17.
17. See,
So I've been out here for 11.
My experience is that the seasoned guys, 20, you're seasoned, but most of the older guys, they don't have that piss and vinegar anymore. You know, and the younger guys do, man.
Yeah.
And
Well, you know what? You still gotta have that piss and vinegar, but you just need to know when to turn it on and turn it off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
and the younger guys seem to turn it on with the piss and vinegar quick.
Right. But you know, I'll tell you this, Bubba and Phil. Bubba, right?
Yeah.
Bubba and Phil. Anything you guys need, just give me a holler. I got my phone. I have my phone on me. If I don't get, I'm gonna be on vacation the next on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll come back on Tuesday.
All right, man.
Got anything? Give me
All
a
right,
holler.
Brandon.
All right, thank you,
Appreciate
Phil.
it. Thanks
Bubba,
for
take care,
talking,
guys.
man.
Have a
Take
good
care.
one. You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. News Now California, Baba Yaga news update. We're on to the next one.